What to study in college to become a real estate investor. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode at Novarise, your channel for financial education. So what we're going to do in today's video is to go through a list of classes to understand what they have to offer to you as a career and show you how those classes can complement your career as an investor. And towards the end of the episode, you will be able to identify the skills that you need to work on and be able to choose your classes intelligently. Before we start, let me remind you to subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications button. Now, to be clear, you do not need to go to college to become a real estate investor. However, going to college or having a college degree can make your life a little bit easier. It can open more options for you because typically when you graduate from college, you wind up in a quote unquote stable job and you also receive a stable income, which it could translate to a higher earned income. And when it comes to financing or applying for mortgages, lenders typically want to see a stable income. They want to see the typical W-2, your tax return that shows that you actually have an employer who it's considered to be more stable as opposed to you going out freelancing. And then over time, that job can raise your salary, which it could ultimately translate to a higher income. And the higher the income, the higher the loan value you will get to get approved from the lender. Once again, going to college, it is a personal choice, which is why in this video, I'm not going to talk about a major in specific. What I want to do is to talk about a couple of classes that you can either choose individually and add them to your major, or if you're not in college, just simply go ahead and take those classes individually so that you can start working on the skill that you consider needs improvement in your life. Let's get started. So the first class I have on the list is a business communication class. This class not only will help you in business, but it's also very important for you to succeed in communication with your loved ones. Meaning this class will not only help you in business, but also in your everyday life. Communication is very important, yet it doesn't really receive that much attention. At the end of the day, you have to be aware that you need to be able to communicate clearly what your problem is or any problem that you're trying to resolve and any solution that you're looking to propose. And you have to do it in a way that is easy for people to understand. I'm sure you've been involved in situations where the message is typically not clear and there's a lot of back and forth of messages or emails. He said, she said, we said. And in business, you cannot afford that because every minute spent can translate to a deal loss. So the clearer that you can communicate, the better your lenders are going to understand you, your team are going to be able to understand you, and the better your business partners are going to be able to understand you. And that can translate to you raising more money for your business, for your deals, or getting more money approved from the lender so you can expedite the growth of your portfolio. And in this case, I want to make an emphasis that the class cannot be any communication class. It has to be a business communication class. Why? Because business communication class are known for teaching their students to be succinct and straight to the point. So every time you deliver a message, you want it to be short and sweet and to the point. Okay, so that's the first class. Now, the following class that you should consider adding to your class curriculum or to just simply your set of skills, it's a negotiation class. This is by far the best class I have ever taken in my life. Contrary to popular belief, a negotiation class is not about lowballing the other party. It's not about, hey, well, I end up winning, you have to sacrifice something or make less money. No. In a negotiation class, you're going to learn that it's all about creating a win-win situation. In order for a negotiation to be successful and for everybody to walk away happy, all the parties involved in it have to gain something. So it is about you understanding what your opponent, quote unquote, or your soon to be business partner need and what is it that they lack, right? So lack and then needs, okay? So your job as a negotiator is to see what is it that you can provide that's going to help them complement their lack or their needs, or call it their weaknesses. And in exchange, they have something to provide to you that you need. So the best example that I can think of that can work here in this situation in real estate is the relationship between a contractor and a real estate investor, right? So as a contractor, what does a contractor want? They want to make money, right? But as a real estate investor, every time you're doing a renovation on your deals, what is it that you want to do? Pay the least amount of possible, right? Because you want to maximize your cash flow, you want to maximize your gain. But how do you make them happy? You cannot lowball your contractor. So a further step that you need to do is understanding, okay, what is the actual need here? What is it that is more important for each of the parties involved? In this case, the contractor and yourself. So for the contractor, we already got that covered. That's money. But then for you, the real estate investor, what you really appreciate in this case, it's time. Because the longer a deal sits not sold or not rented, you're losing money because you will have to pay for utilities, you have to pay for property taxes out of your pocket. It doesn't matter if it gets shown, but if no transactions are created, meaning no one is willing to buy your house or rent your property, that means you are wasting money. So the best way to create a situation that is a win-win for the two of you is that you are going to negotiate a contract that is considered fair based on the pricing, so you get to maximize on those savings. And then as an incentive to the contractor, you can offer paying a bonus based on a percentage. So if you finish the contract 1 week earlier, right, we are going to pay you, I don't know, a 1% bonus. But if you finish it 2 weeks earlier, we're going to pay you a 2% a bonus, meaning you're going to make more money on top of the contract if you manage to finish the renovations or whatever is it that they need to do earlier, because the sooner you get to put the house on the market, whether it's for sale or for rental, the sooner you get to put money in your pocket. So that's how you create a win-win situation. In this case, no one has been lowball. Yes, originally it might seem like it because you managed to got some savings, quote unquote, but then in the end, the contractor, if they aim to finish the job early, that means they get to make more money. So it's an excellent class that you need to take. I highly recommend it. Now, the next class that I thought was great to add to my curriculum was a accounting class. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this episode, do not forget to hit the like button right here so you can help this episode rank and help others like you looking for information of this kind. Now, accounting class, right? And I have to admit, this class was painful. I did not like this class at all. I didn't appreciate the class when I had to take it because I was a business major. But now down the line, it has helped me tremendously, because in an accounting class, you learn to differentiate the assets from the liabilities, and it helps you understand the importance of bookkeeping. And you also understand what bookkeeping is about and how it plays a very important role in your business, because this impacts your net income statement, or some business call it the profit and loss statement. And it also impacts your balance sheet. Very, very important. So net income, balance sheet, I don't understand. They're just names for me. So what do they mean? So a net income shows the cash flow of your business, while the balance sheet shows how many assets you have in comparison to your liabilities. So how many houses, for example, do you have in your portfolio? How many computers, in this case, that can be counted assets in your portfolio? Any investments in stocks or precious metals, right? All of this makes up your asset. Then in terms of liabilities, you want to know how much of these houses are actually financed, meaning how much of it is debt? Did you pay down 60% of it? Do you still owe 40% of your loan? How much is it? So it's highly important. Why is it highly important? Because lenders ultimately wants to see that your business can cash flow. But at the same time, they like to see collateral, meaning what they can hold on to in your business in the event that you cannot pay them the debt, right? So when you understand the importance of maintaining healthy books, you are creating a healthy financial resume, and that is going to help you get the highest loan possible. Or if you're raising money, understanding all of this will allow you to explain your investors why your company is healthy and why they should invest in you. Now, next item on the list is consider taking a taxation class. Why? Because remember, it's not so much about how much money you make, it's about how much money you can keep in-house legally, okay? So understanding this will help you maximize the funds in your business and at the same time save a lot of money on taxes legally. It doesn't mean you're gonna replace the experts or your accountants or anything like that, but it helps if you actually understand what taxation is about so you can actually ask the right questions to your power team. So let's say, for example, if you were to understand taxes, you will understand how important deductions are. And typically, deductions are, the expenses that you are going to deduct or minus from your income. But there are other deductions that you can take without you necessarily having to spend money. That's based on depreciation. So when you have assets, you can depreciate those in your accounting books, and that's going to help you save a lot of money in taxes because it's going to reduce the cash flow that it's looking on the books. So that means it can translate to less money that you will need to pay on taxes. So another reason why understanding taxation is so important is because when you are in business, you eventually will get into debt. But not all debt is bad because there's such thing as a good debt and there is bad debt. So good debt allows you to generate money by leveraging that debt. So a clear example is when you do a cash out refi or a HELOC, where you extract money out of your property and you utilize that money to buy more real estate and expand your real estate portfolio. So that debt, that cash out refi money that you took out is actually not taxed on the books. And it's income for you at the same time. So it helps you save a lot of money in taxes. So it is a very smart strategy. All businesses implement that, and you shouldn't be an exception. Now, speaking of cash flow, if you're looking to learn more about leveraging debt, leveraging a cash out refi to invest in real estate and grow your real estate portfolio, here is an episode that you can check out that's going to give you all the ins and outs as to how I applied it and how you can do the same. Happy watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.